How's everybody doing? How are you, family? Welcome back to another episode with APE Investments. I know the lives and the videos have not been as much, but simply because there's not much to. Oh, maybe it would help if I put the camera on myself, right? uh, how are you? How is everybody doing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Perfect. Almost perfect. Nope, nope. There we go. Let's see if we are live. I can't tell. Yeah, we are live, people. So, let me see who's all in here. Uh, we got Zip Wen. Much love to you. Thank you for being first. Droops White. What's up, my friend? Lucky you just said it right there. Let's go. Mrs. Chase. How are you, Veronica Chase? Just leaving work. So glad I can listen to why I'm riding home. It's a blessed evening to hear something from you, AB. Well, that brings tears to my heart to hear that, Mrs. Chase. Thank you so much uh, for giving me that honor. I am definitely humbled and honored to hear that stuff. It's an honor to be listened to by all of you guys, by the family. So much appreciated and much love. Leah, how are you, Miss Leah? Hello, 3 more hours of driving to my weekend job, and I'm looking forward to listening. Missed AB, hope everyone is well. Well, we've missed you too, and I'm blissfully doing well, and hope that you are as well, and hopefully you're having a smooth ride to your job, and hopefully it will be a smooth shift as well. Mr. Panulo, and before I get to Mr. Panulo, we have Luna. How are you, Luna? Keep us calm. You know that's what I do, Luna. You know that's what's gonna happen. Um, Mr. Panulo, the legend, is in here in the house. How are you, sir? Mr. Wayne Wood. Hi back to you as well. Corbin Dallas. What it is. Um, Kim A. My dear friend, how are you doing? Mm, another blessing day. Let's get it. You're correct. Jam Bams. Look at all those colorful um, emojis that lights up basically the screen, and Jam Bams is just the most precious thing to possibly ever coexist. So much love to you, Jam. Nice to see you in here. Veronica Chase, hello, Jams. Yep, say hellos. And Shirley, what's up, my good friend? How are you? Been a lurker, finally gonna comment. Well, I'm glad that you found the courage to do so, at least in this stream. This stream is basically this channel is just like yours. So I'm glad to see you in here, and I'm glad that you're not, just lurking and see you commenting in here. Always a pleasure to see you, Shirley. Corbin Dallas, the trap is set. Ape is the bait, cat, and they are breaking in. We're gonna touch on that, Corbin. We're gonna touch on that. I like that. Zifwin, yes, this week has been crazy. It's I've warned all of you guys for this week and to prepare you. Similar to the same week, you guys remember when GME did their split? Uh, there was like a week or a couple weeks after that, I brought out a video and said AMC is following in the footsteps of GME and this whole split stuff and all that. These are good things. When everybody shilled on that theory, these are good things, and they're still going to shill on it. In fact, expect it even worse, and more shilling, more in the sense of media or even YouTube creators. Soon you'll start seeing it. I've already seen some on Twitter, but on YouTube you start seeing soon that, oh, the ape thing did not do anything for us. We thought it was going to get us to squeeze. It's one of the only ones to tell you guys from the get-go, don't tie your emotions and your brain and your investments to a particular date, no matter how bullish or no matter how you think this is a catalyst. Don't, when it comes to these, to AMC, to GME, to the meme stocks, you can't think of a particular catalyst being the catalyst, because that catalyst could easily be the catalyst that the other side is trying to psychologically bait us right into. And you see the effects on people. I'm seeing it everywhere. People saying, oh, we're going to get screwed and we're going to get this. Remember, shills thrive in the atmosphere of confusion. And that's all they need. They need confusion so that they can thrive. It's so simple. Look at the title of this live. There's no need for questions. If you already have your convictions, there's no need for questions. At the end of the day, no matter what they do, no matter what price they take it down to, which we'll get into in a bit, it's irrelevant, because they would have to close their shorts. In fact, I will share something with you guys when we talk about the price thing. That's that's gonna easily make so many of you, even, I mean, I don't know how many of you go to how many other channels or whatever other places, and I don't know what they pump out to you guys or whatever it is. I from me, I've always kept it extremely consistent, and it's not never giving you what you want to hear, just giving you the reality. If it happened to be the reality, then you were gonna hear it. We will talk more about the whole price manipulation and all this stuff, and not like it's anything new. You guys have seen all that stuff before. It's been 2 years. God damn it. So it's extremely important, crucial. It's the most important thing to remember, that they are still on the hook. The only way they can get off that hook is if they buy their shorts back and close. And we will get into a theory. It's going to be like a tinfoil hat theory. We mentioned it months ago. You guys, some of you long-term subs in this channel, you would remember when I bring it up. But we'll dive into it deeper now, since we are in that time frame where it's relevant. Okay, let's say what's hi to everybody else. That's a puff for the family. Aaliyah, my dear friend, how are you doing? Well, this stream is looking forward to you as well. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ryan, what the hell? They're waiting for World War III to start the squeeze. Um, well, anything is on the table, Ryan. I just hope that there is no World War III, but again, you never know, right? History finds, you know, I don't like to say history likes to repeat itself, because wars are wars, but I don't like, but we could say I do back the idea or the saying where history rhymes. So it's let's see, let's hope for the best, and hope that that stuff does not happen. Mr. McCowan, my brother, how are you, sir? See, okay. Dips Patel, what's up, brother? How are you doing? Oh, my stream. There we go. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, that was a couple of weeks of nightmare with that what I think was the COVID stuff. Mrs. Gloria coming in with the duffel bags. I can't wait for that day, Mrs. Gloria. It's always a pleasure to see you. Fee rhymes with AMC. What's up? JP, aka J Pertagi. What's up, brother? Nice of you to stop by. Thank you. And I peed in Kenny's pool. As I always say to you, brother, you won best AMC movement name. When the whole thing is over, we're gonna probably do some sort of awards and Oscars, and you're gonna win the best name for sure, brother. Frankie, hopefully you're in great spirits. I'm always keeping up with you, brother, and keep up the good work. I see it. So keep up the good work, brother. I'm proud. Uh, AV, look at that. T90. By now it's more like T635. Much love to you, my friend AV. Hopefully you're in great spirit and hopefully you're feeling great. Mrs. Gloria, my money bags are empty. That's good. That means you got enough space to fill them up when the time comes. I pray to the Lord that that time comes sooner than later. Wayne Wood, yes, there is, and we will post it at some point throughout the stream. Um, so just stay tuned, my friend. Yes, Mr. McCown, come in, all of you. The whole family is welcome to come in and party. Come on in, all of you. Come to the Nasty Natty. All right, people. So, what is the theory that we're going to be talking about? This is first and foremost. I want to thank obviously always the Lord for blessing me to with so many things in life, everything. Just by waking up this morning, that was the greatest blessing. But more so, constantly blessing me with all you beautiful and kind-hearted and amazing people that now I consider family, and it's ever growing all the time. So it's God, only God can tell. Hopefully, you guys can feel, but only God can tell exactly uh, the kind of effect it has on my heart on the inside. Literally, it's in tears. So I couldn't see them coming down my eyes. Uh, so I'll let it come down in my heart for sure. Um, the thing is about this, guys, is in this channel, you're never, for those of you who come in, and I'm not saying this to particular anyone of you, but for those of you who ever, even if the ones that are coming, that never knew about this channel or knew about me or knew about us, all those people, I just want to make a simple statement. This will never, ever be a breaking news kind of channel. I know I'm saying it now, but I've thought I made it clear throughout the days and the months that we've been through this. But I would reiterate it in a particular statement, like straight up statement, like that one I just mentioned. And I'll repeat, it will never be a breaking news kind of thing. We have a place for that. We have Discord. We have um, Twitter, whatever, for that kind of stuff. But to make a video or a live and take so much time from people's minds to try to tell them, oh, this is breaking news for this or for that, I think it's a recipe for disaster. Nothing against all my uh, counterparts, like my AMC content creators out there, all love, and even the GME ones and the meme stocks in general. I consider myself a meme stock uh, person, and it's more so a trading channel. And I honestly can't wait for the whole meme movement to pass on so we can actually get into actual trading. This is simple. Memes it can be as hard as we want to make it be. And we're choosing to do that as a community. And many creators have good hearts and good intent, but they fall in the trap of the psychological warfare that they have launched against us without even knowing it. And the reason why I say this is because when on a daily basis, a community is getting a live of God knows how many hours or videos nonstop, every day it's a new thing, it comes to a point where, is this like, think on it, guys. I'm going to give you a common sense question. Hopefully you guys can get the common sense answer. Is trading this difficult? Is it supposed to be for one stock, 2 years worth of nonstop watching and all this stuff? No, it shouldn't. If that's the case, then it's a lose. And what I'm trying to just clear out exactly what I'm saying here, there's nothing new. For 2 years, it's been breaking news this, breaking news that. But what does it always come back down to? The hold. If we all sell one day, then you will not even hear about breaking news anymore. The reason why we have a lot of, as you can see on the screen, this Barron's article, for example, and there's plenty more. AMC's 2 stocks are out of whack. Jim Chanos is taking advantage, and then they go into talking about how he's like legendary since 2001, and he has a knack for finding stocks that are gonna drop, and he can short. All this talk, all that stuff. Why? Think on it like this. I don't even know where to begin with this one, because there's so much like that I want to even like say. Think of it like this. Sometimes in life, when you see them doing all this for 2 years, they've been doing nothing but pumping crazy articles left and right. Their life in general, whether in the media or themselves, have been around this. Pumping random stocks out of nowhere and dumping them. Everything is related. The whole stock market is hostage. I've said this months ago. I'll say it again. The whole stock market has been held hostage for a long time, because even though they're pumping and dumping and we're seeing money being made here and there, that is a much lesser loss for them. And they would love to do that any given day than to let these particular stocks run. That's why you see all these crazy halts that happen. Some stocks go up 500% without getting halted for the first time, while AMC or APE ticker symbols could get halted at whatever, like as soon as we get one tick, which is orchestrated as well. Arguably, many people can make a very good argument for that. Why suddenly a big buy order came in, price surges, people start feeling super bullish and like, oh my God, we can't, yes, it's the squeeze. But then suddenly that big order triggers the halt, and then we drop. And then to make matters even worse and funnier, more of a joke, even on the drop, because we drop right back that entire bar or that entire buy order, that same amount we drop, they short right back down the same equivalent amount to bring us right back within the levels and the algorithms. We also get halted on the way down. The point is, guys, is there's 2 ways to look at all these actions. One, I'm very, 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 very worried. I am very, very scared that they're gonna screw me. Or there's the other one. If they're that worried, then why are they going to this extent, being blatantly illegal, doing illegal stuff blatantly right in front of everybody's face, in front of the SEC's face, in front of the DTC's face, in front of whoever cares, your grandmother's face, everybody's face. That's what they've been doing. So when you think on that second option, if they're doing all that, there must be something really crazy valuable. And for them means destruction, for them to go to that far or to that extent. And I chose from day one to go with that second option and that thought. And it plays out perfectly. These prices, since we know they can do synthetics, rehypothecations, pump and dumps, every halt is set up for their liking and all this stuff. If we know all that stuff are there, then we know one more important thing, which is the shorts can't get out unless they cover their positions. It's as simple as this. We don't need a 10 foil hat for that one, guys. We don't need a 2 foil hat for that one. It's as simple as that. And let me put it this way. Why haven't shorts covered? People ask this question, then they brush over it and jump somewhere else. It's a good theory. No one has a particular 100% answer yet, because obviously their intent is to make money and bring the price down so that they can buy back their shorts to close and make money, because that's just how shorting works. I've explained to you guys this long time ago. They short up here, hope the price drops down here or goes to zero. That way they don't even have to pay tax on that. But price drops down here, from here to here. That is their profit, the difference. That's why they buy back over here. They buy they lend or buy the shorts and sell, like the shares, and sell them short at a particular price according to their analysis or their charting or their TA or whatever insider information they have. They believe that if they sell it here short, that there is going to go down here, and then that whatever number it is, the magical number for them, is their buyback number. They buy the shares back here, and the difference between this, where they sold it short and bought it back to close it, that is their profit between this and that. Well, as we all know, AMC have hit almost every price target, whether up or down. We've seen, we flew off. We skyrocketed from the 7s and the 8s and went up to the 70s. And we came back down in those 2 years so far to the 8s again. But the shorts didn't cover. Or we're not even forced to cover, even when we jump to the 70s. So what is it? It's a matter of playing the game and just hanging on. It's a matter of a stubborn game. It's a matter of phases. It's a matter of who's going to tap out first. Who can't take any more losses because they can't take any more losses. Who's reporting fake data? Not us. Them. Who's reporting fake profits? Because they're afraid of their own investors. Since they're hedge funds, they're hedging with somebody else's money. They're afraid that their investors are going to walk away. They did that, you remember, toward the end of last year in 2021? Do you guys remember that? When Citadel sent that letter and not allowed any of their investors to leave until certain time frames? Other hedge funds were doing the same thing, many. That time is coming right around the corner again, guys. End of October, middle of October, around that time frame, towards all the way up to November, that time is coming again. Do you think the investors that went through that crap last year, when it was a bullish year, crazy returns in 2021 for all these hedge funds, that's what they were reporting. Yet all their investors, most of these hedge funds reported that many of their investors wanted to leave. They wanted to take their money out of the market. Do you think, with how 2022 have been, do you think by the end of this year, do you think it's going to be as light as it was last year? And that's given that it takes up to that long. If it takes up to that long, why does it matter? Wealth is wealth. if it comes now, or if it comes in November, or if it comes in next March or February. You got to remember, there are no catalysts for us that forces them to do anything. And I kept saying this. I got shilled on hard for GME split, breaking it down and saying how good and it's the best thing that have happened. And people who don't see it, you just don't understand, and you will never understand what this whole thing is about. AMC did the same thing with APE, and only if you can comprehend the importance of why is that so huge, and I can put it simply in one sentence for you. If this does not make them cover now, it only makes it worse for them to cover later. Because the bottom line is they have to close their shorts. There are many theories out there. Yes, it could possibly be that the others that didn't get their APE on the first days, that because the brokers were waiting for people who received their APEs to sell so that they can take from here and put in this guy's account. And then by the next day, whoever the next batch or the next wave comes in, and then they put it. At the end of the day, what does it matter? Voting rights, no problem. For the apes and all that, well, we hold unbelievable amount of shares. To the extent of it's probably impossible to do a share count. And you know, there's a saying, guys. Let me take a puff for this one first. Couple puffs, not just one. Sorry, I lied. Excuse me. So there's another thing as well, my dear family. You got to remember, there's. I'll make this saying up, okay? In order for you to understand why such and such go to the extent that they go to, you got to understand what they're facing. So let me rephrase this. In order for us to totally, like for me, for AB, I'll just put AB. For order for AB, and I use this in every aspect of my life. When I look at an individual and see whatever they did or whatever actions they're doing, I don't judge them on those actions first. I try to find out why are they doing these actions. And based on their actions, I can get some sort of an image and a basic understanding to why they're going to that extent. Let's apply this to AMC and GME, and let's apply this to our situation. Okay, let's see if it fits. I believe it fits perfectly. Pitch perfect. Why would they be going through all this extent, doing all these things as we've mentioned? Cheat, pump out crazy articles that are not for free. For 2 years, having analysts on their side, get the Gasparinos and the Kramers and all these people to constantly go after us, falsifying documents, going after SEC commissioners, wink, wink, Pierce, and then fully backing them up, backing her like that person, backing her up, because she's the only person that speaks something or pushes for something to their narrative, to their advantage, and abolish the other ones. They thrive in this whole event mindset. This is why I always tell you guys, leave prime time. Don't be a part of this whole prime time mindset where every day you're expecting, oh, the breaking news and whatever. You got to remember, think of it like we're fighting them physically. Do you think they're just going to stand there and let you just handle them, manhandle them, and take them down and do whatever you want in the book with them? Well, some will do that. But in this scenario, seeing how savagely they're fighting back in every possible aspect in the book or not, they're cheating in every way. Like we're not fighting a individual or a counterpart that is playing by the rules. In fact, If we had, I believe 100%, if we had other options besides playing it fair, we would have exploited them a long time ago ourselves. But all we have is this. Let me ask you guys also a simple question. What can any of us do besides voicing out our frustrations and giving them a lot? Like, you know, this is in the art of war. Keeping your laundry within and in-house is one of the most crucial things. The more the other side hears fatigued, oh, this is never gonna stop. Well, how long is this? When will this ever end? When they hear this, when they see this, they can gauge our spirits. And they know at that point, okay, now it's time for us to pounce on this. Because they're pouncing as well. Just like we want to pounce, they're pouncing too. With all that image that I just drew for you, what does that draw? Like, what is the final drawing? The final drawing for me is that the reason why they're going to this extent and doing all these things is because what they're facing is not just a loss. It's not just a closed shop. They're not just facing extinction. They're facing all their lifestyles. They're facing replacement with our life and with theirs. They're facing the loss of the power mantle where that 1% have always held above the rest of the 99%. Because if you don't know this by now, if you look at it, even since the 2020 pandemic, the top 1% have gotten to top 0.00001%. In other words, they have siphoned more wealth from the bottom up instead of transferring some wealth from the top to the bottom. And that serves their best interest. Why does it serve their best interest? Because if you control the finances, you control everything. You control the house, you control the hold. How many of you know this saying where the one in the house that controls the finances most of the times are controlling the household? And of course, hoping that it's in a good way, but with these people, it's not good. And they know that if each single one of us are free financially, then no one can corner us. They can never have their print or their hands pushed down on us. They can't sit on their seats that are dangling on our shoulders, because that's what they're gotten used to, and that's the way they want life to be. Why would I ever, with all these images that I'm drawing right now, why would I, to each their own, but why would I ever give them, when I finally just had a chance, this is my chance, this is how I see this, to give it back to them and break away from those invisible chains that they're enslaving us with? Why would I give them control again? I'm never going to give them this chance again. Like, I'm never getting, who knows, we may never get this chance again. I'm never going to surrender this opportunity, because they're going to the moon and back just to make sure that, and they're paying whatever, because it is still much less than what they would have to pay us. And they would take that. They know that it's a lose-lose situation for them. So what do you think? Who's the most dangerous person to fight? The person who has nothing to lose. And honestly, they're in the mindset, they have a lot. Like financially, they got a lot of money. They've cornered and stole so much from globally too, from every citizen in this globe, every human. And on top of that, they feel like they have nothing to lose. Why? Because they're at a point where if they surrender to this, they lose everything. If they don't cheat, they lose everything. So it's a win-win situation for them to fight with every penny they have because they stand to lose it regardless at the end. So their only hope is to get you to let go. You let go, and it's like the ultimate dream of their lifetime. And this will never happen again because they will never be this exposed to it. Some might argue and say that they've even planned for this. They even wanted this to be the case so that they can get a lot of people to drop their money in, and they know that people have already ingrained the idea of buy and then hold. So therefore, all that money that's going in is being given IOUs, so they could use that money. That money doesn't just sit in one place. They take that money and they go and they flip it. It's kind of like a loan without an interest for free, taking our money and making money with it for themselves. And on top of that, the filth and the greed that these individuals have is that even on top of that, they don't even want to give our money back. No, I want your money. This is the way they're thinking. I want your money because I'll make a lot of money for myself out of it. But you know what? I'm super greedy that I don't even want to give you your money back, let alone give you any profits on it. So they went so greedy like and so insidiously to the point where they know like the extent that they have over leveraged themselves with all of these. And it's not just AMC, guys. We know that there's many other meme stocks. Like I said, the stock market has been held hostage for almost 2 years now for this nonsense. And they're ready to crash it all down simply because ultimately they can keep stealing. And let's see if this theory comes out to be true. I've mentioned it before and I'll mention it again. From all this deadlock that we're in, because they don't want to give up and we're not giving up. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not jumping into all this stupid FUD with, oh, they're screwing us with the APE and they're going to vote us down with them and then we're going to go down and whatever, and they're going to take us down. I don't give a shit. They can take the price down to $2. It's not real. It's stupid. It's stupid to think it's real. Look at the interest all the community has in this play. Look at the hundreds of thousands and the millions of people that are day to day with this. That by itself right there tells you that we don't even, as much as we would love a count, we don't even need that, because I already know personally, for me, I already know through their actions, our opposition, that they stand to lose everything and that this is greater than anybody can even anticipate. And I can't wait for the moment to come unless we prevent that moment from happening. We're the only people that can make it happen or prevent it from happening. You guys got to get that idea of them screwing us over out of your head. The only person that can screw us over is us. I don't want to hear anything else about it. Anybody that doesn't agree with this, I'm sorry. I'll continue to say this. Feel free, respectfully, to go to the channels that do give you that. Our fate is not in their hands. Even our money is not even in their hands. They stole our shit, but paying us, it's not even in their fucking hands. You will see. You will see when the time comes. I hope that, people don't feed into all this craziness. Then again, I am not a financial advisor, but I am going all in on mine, and my life doesn't change, right? I live a humble life regardless. Whether the money comes or not, I live a humble lifestyle regardless. And like I tell some people who says, hey, I'm afraid to lose whatever, my $10,000 invested in this. I tell them this without any advice. Like, let's say you do, hypothetically speaking, lose that whole entire 10,000. You're going to be bummed out. You're going to be pissed. You're going to be, angry. That's 10,000 you could have done XYZ with. So many things. Down payment on a car, down payment on a house, whatever. Bought so many things that could have paid your rent for whatever, 8, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever months. So much you could have done. But does it make you retire? 10,000 doesn't. However, if this 10,000 was to turn into who knows what, 500,000, a million, 2 million, 3 million, is that life-changing? You bet your ass it is. So the risk versus reward here is not even a question. That's how I started by going about this play in particular. Either way, no matter what happens, I'm going to live the life that I'm living regardless. I'll continue to work. I'll continue to do my thing. I'll still continue to go to my restaurant. I'll still do what I got to do. But if this thing does what I'm anticipating it to do, then I'll continue to do all these things. I'll just add more fun to them. It's a no-brainer for me. I don't know how everybody else goes about it, but again, there's always a small picture, then there's the big picture. You get to choose which kind of picture you want to be in. Seeing the extent that these guys are coming after this and going after us, it's so easy to see right through that bullshit, straight through it, and see that they stand to lose everything if they don't even cheat us, if they don't fight us viciously and keep creating all sorts of new different rules just simply to get us to let go. And eventually it's going to dump in somebody's lap. Whose lap? From what I remember, as far as history, quote unquote, history rhyming or repeating itself, 2008. Whose lap did it end up falling into at the end? All the nonsense. The government. Because ultimately, who was powering or funding all this nonsense were the central banks and the big banks. And they put the ball in the government's lap into a stalemate that is it's kind of like they it's either that the government liked it or knows it and they want to play it, or if they're innocent from it, they have no choice but to fall for it. What do I mean by that? When all the banks got exposed and they brought in a huge bill and put it right on the desk in that Oval Office and said, listen, tomorrow or whatever given date, this is going to hit the fan and all this shit is going to be in our face. What are you going to do about it? We need this figure that's on that receipt, they'll slide it on that table, on that desk, to be relinquished to us. What choice do they have at that point? They have to give it to them. You know why? That's why they did in 2008. Because if you imagine if all the banks get bankrupt and closed, how will our daily life go? How will the government operate? How will the economy operate? There will be no economy. We automatically become a third world country overnight with a snap of a finger. So as insidious as this whole thing is, it's the evil thought of the fact that these banks, and this is why throughout history, many famous individuals were always against the idea of banks and banking. And this is the essence of why crypto is the single most biggest threat to them. And this is why AB extremely loves crypto. Because banks are the root of all evil. Banks are not there to help, not to save, not to do nothing. Banks are there to siphon. They're the tool, they siphon the wealth from the 99%. To further bridging that gap, to further extending that gap between the 1 and the 99, and taking and making fortunes on the backs of people who actually work hard for that wealth, for that money. They don't do nothing. They're not successful people. They're not smart people. They're not intelligent people. They're wicked people. And they know that when you're playing in a chess and you force the pieces to, or you force the opposition, which in this case is the government, when they put the government in a position where here's this bill, Yeah, we've been fucking around. Sorry for the F-bomb, guys. We've been effing around. Yeah, we've been funding all this nonsense. Yeah, we did all this stupidity. But truth of the matter is now we're here. And we don't know where all the money is. Of course, overseas island banking accounts, Swiss bank accounts, and all that shit. And since they're in banking, they know one or two people, and they know well how to hide money. Now the government is put in a position where, okay, whether they knew about it or in on it or not, this must be done. A bailout must happen. And who really funds the bailout in the coming years of a rebound? Why is it always that when there is like every economic cycle ends with a recession, quoted out of the legend Kenny Griffin, the bastard Kenny Griffin? Why did he say in one of his interviews that, hey, every economic cycle ends with a recession? It's because the game has been the same. That's their game. He revealed that card. What I'm breaking down to you now is just their game. They don't say it, they don't talk about it, but that's their game. That's simply their game. Every 12, 15 years, they fill up those bank accounts to all their 1%, all their people, all their guys, and then put it right into the face of the government. Boom, here you go. What are you going to do about it? Well, at that point, they have nothing to do about it. They can't do nothing about it. They have to bail it out, but they can. They can bail out, but they bail out the economy, not the fucking banks. Which is why a lot of people in 2008 were completely shocked. They were like, "You come back," and that was back when Obama was the president, and he issued that bailout, and he was like, the people were like, because it does not make sense. Many people were confused, like, how does this make sense? You bail out the very own entity that crashed the entire market and the global market economy. This is where I don't want to personally get sniped and have laser dots facing on my forehead when I go outside or whatever, have freaking agents watching me over me. This is where I'll leave it to everybody to think, do the government know about this whole thing? Are they part of it, orchestrating it? Or are they completely oblivious and they just wait for that moment to come in, and then when they put that receipt or that paper invoice on their desk and say, this must be paid soon or right now, within the next 24 hours, or the whole entire country will collapse because there will be no financial system in general. Banks are exactly, if I were to compare them to a sickness, they're exactly cancer. That's what they are. They spread throughout the body until they completely kill all the other healthy cells within the body, and then they jump onto the next one. We've seen a lot of great countries, powerful countries and empires rise and fall. And when you go look at them, corruption is always the reason why they fell. But more importantly, what corruption? All the money corruption within the cells of that empire or that country. I don't want to see that happen to us. And that's not a NIMBYistic statement. I don't wish it on any other country or in any other person's backyard. No NIMBYism with AB. No, this is true passion for my people, and my people is the whole world, the whole globe. We are all human, and in fact, if we were to collapse completely, all the rest of the globe will collapse. You know how many people are holding American dollars, investing in the American bonds and dollars? The whole globe is overly leveraged over there. And banks know this clearly. Now, if they were to put that invoice on that desk and say, bail us out, the government has two choices. Bail them out like a couple of rabbits, basically like rabbits, just do as they say, as you told, like 2008. Or they can say, no, we will bail out the economy, but you guys, We'll come after you for all the money that you stole and blah, blah, blah. And we'll see all that rest. But again, which one of the two do you think the government will do if we go down to that, end up with that route, with those two options? It's up to you guys. You put your thoughts. I know what I think is going to be the case. But the inside of me saying, I hope it's number two. But we know that the world finds, they have their hands on so many things, and so many people are not even paying attention to all this stuff. And they just want to stay out of the whole political mindset and all that stuff, which is fine. I know there's a lot of peace into that, but you can't be too peaceful, where you're not even seeing the water that is flowing right underneath your feet. Your family will pay for this down the line. If you're good now, if you think you're okay right now, think of your kids. Think of your grandkids. Think of their kids. The people will constantly keep paying. When that invoice is put on that desk, the government bails them out. Who pays that bailout? Taxpayers. You, me, your kids, the grandkids. Well, this hookah was basically consistent of what, like 5 puffs the whole time. It was just there for an ambiance. I didn't really use it much. Take some puffs. Let's see who's in here. Hopefully, guys, you understand or you get what what I'm trying to get to you guys. The overall thing, it's not about just morale or giving you this. I'm getting shills like the last live I had or the last video. You know, I get these shills. I don't give a shit. No, none of them is gonna get to me ever. No one will get to me. I know. That's why I chose to speak to you guys the way that I just spoke to you and tell you that about me. You choose what you want to think and believe, and you choose if you want to tie your emotions and your decision making to an everyday thinking process and a wave and a whirlpool. Oh yes, APE by the 26th, they will have to get rid of all the IOUs. They've been giving out IOUs. They've been doing this. At the end of the day, since the simple question is, when the price have dropped down back to 8, and perhaps it could even go lower, why haven't the shorts closed their positions yet? It's because most of this shit is a mirage. To me, it's a mirage. This price that we're seeing right now is a mirage. Even if the shorts didn't close, think of all the FTDs that are on this play in the freaking billions. All the IOUs that obviously turned into FTDs. If all those were to go into the price of the company, our market cap will be freaking like Amazon, probably, or even higher. That alone can take the price to biblical numbers, minus even without the shorts closing. So that's why we even continuously keep getting rising numbers as far as FTDs. They're getting higher and higher and higher. Because the minute or the second all these FTDs were to go in, you're talking Armageddon. That's it. No other way, no other thought, and no other way about it. I respect every other content creators, theories, and all this stuff. To each their own. This is mine. And from day one, I've been saying exactly the same theory. I will not be giving anybody no breaking news and mess with your emotions, because I know that's what they want us to play into. That's their card. They want us constantly in this, you know, that guinea pig that keeps running in that cycle? They want us to be that. We don't need to be that. They can't get out unless we give them the out. And all this stuff I've been hearing too about the DRS and everything. And guys, I'm going to say this. I can't give any advice on that. But I'm going to tell you guys my thought on DRS. And you guys, again, I will not even respond to anybody who, even in the comments, who will say their thoughts about it, which is why I want to do it. It's like you guys can talk about your thoughts in it. I won't respond to it because I don't want to influence anybody with that. But AB got asked a question. and AB did not DRS. Why he did not DRS? Because I'm thinking when Armageddon is upon us and everybody's trying to sell, all I can imagine is if you think of this. Good thing I have this. Actually, this picture looks a little relevant. Watch this. Can't make it bigger. Okay. The way I imagine the whole DRS thing is when Armageddon happens and everybody's trying to sell, you see these doors? What? One, two doors? Imagine millions of people trying to get out of those two doors at the same exact time. Do you think all 2 million will get out in time? Do you think at least even 1% of them will get out in time? It's going to be chaos. It's going to be people stepping all over each other, people like Black Friday, when people are all stepping all over each other just to get that 30% off that TV or that PS5. That could not be the case. I don't know, but this is the way I imagine it. So therefore, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be a part of that. And there is a little devilish side to it too. You know, guys, I've always gotten you used to me being unfiltered, and I will not hold anything back here that you do not know, or even here that you do not know. Also, I think that will work out to my advantage as well, because while everybody is trying to get out, but only a few are getting out, that means many are holding, which means I get the unfortunately, I don't mean to make it sound like this, but it is the truth of reality. I get the pleasure of selling at whatever bracket, because since so many people are still in the play, their sell orders are not processing, I get to have access to higher numbers and sell quicker while everybody's rushing to try to get out. There you have it. That's what AB says. And that's for me. What you all will say for yourselves, whatever you comment on it, that's up to you. Say whatever. I won't even comment on it. I'm not giving any financial advice. I could be completely wrong about every single little thing I've said. Choose to listen to me. Much love and welcome. And I love you. If you don't, I still love you and much love and best of luck with wherever else you gather your information or however way you want to mentally go about this whole thing. Let's see if I can look at any of these comments in here. Oh, wow. It's high. I got to go up. It's allowing me to go. Look at all this. You guys are having fun in here. Oh my God. So as far as I can go back, it's all to just where my good friend Pam is. Pam, nice to see you. I just see that emoji with a hand over the mouth. So I don't know in reference to what, because I can't go further up. I'll look at him later when the live posts. How you doing, Hanzo? Doing some concurrences. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm definitely missing a lot of stuff in the top. I was repeating what Amy said. Fee rhymes with AMC. Kenny G was the too big to fail son of a B story to Congress in 2008. Exactly. You're correct, brother. See, this is where mentally I would love for every individual in our community, in our movement. This is the level head or mindset I would love to see everybody holding. We're not we're completely calm. I don't care what they have access to. I don't care what they bring out, what they talk about. I don't care who they say is gonna take from what, and how this could ruin and channels and whatever. That's been in 2 years. If they had the ability to kill us, they would have killed us overnight. Think on it, guys. If you're fighting with someone and they hate the living shit out of you, and they get a chance to lay you out, to knock you out, they're not going to hesitate. They will do it ASAP. So if all these things that they've been saying for 2 years, if it had any meaning to it or value to it, they would have done it a long time ago. We wouldn't be here today. They would have killed us a long time ago. They would have thrusted that sword or that dagger right into our hearts long ago. We wouldn't be here 2 years later, them still bringing out FUD articles and all this stuff, and AMC is worth a penny and whatever, and we still here. That means they're tied down. You know by what? They're tied down. You know by what? And I love that fucking thought, because I know that for 2 years, if they had the chance to kill us, they would have done it long ago. And we are holding them down. We are on the verge of changing the way that the world is even shaped. Sorry to get a little riled up, but it was from a good place for all of you guys. This is what I would love. I don't want to go and see. This is why I blocked out all social media for the most part, except talking to the family here. Because I don't like seeing the community and the family overall being symbolized like rabbits, like we're weak, like we're constantly waiting for them to act so that we can react. No, we're the look you guys. We always say we're the whale. We're the ones that are holding this whole thing down, but we don't act like it. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to generalize, but for the most part, that's what we see around, whether on Twitter or wherever. We are not the rabbits. Stop acting like them. You are. We are the freaking apex of this whole cycle. We are the apex in this whole ecosystem right now. We weren't before because we weren't together. I love what apes symbolizing. The planet of the apes, the rise of the apes, all this. Together strong, separated weak. We're not the ones who need to react. We already did our act. Imagine yourselves as the kings and the queens that you are. We are the kings and the queens are listened to. They don't bow down to anyone else. Of course, you gotta stay humble. I love you guys. This is why it comes from a special place for me. That's why. I just want everybody to think like that. Like, I don't want people to think like we are the weak ones here. We're not. We're the ones who stand to take everything from them. They just don't want to hand it over. Eventually, what do you think? Unless we give it up, they will have to give it up. It's that simple. Corbin Dallas, collateral is shrinking rapidly and globally. Yes, sir. Exactly. And look at this. As I say, the kings and the queens, I just look, and this comment was way before this statement that I just mentioned from Pam the Trader, an emoji of a queen and a heart and a king. Much love to you, Pam. I got you. Tell Dog, what's up, brother? Mikey J right there with you, brother. Oh, Mikey J in the house. I need a joint. I finally am getting my 52K student loan forgiveness from working for the USPS. Wow. And now everyone does. I'm not bitter. It's just that's why I stayed slaving in the horrible conditions there. Everything pays off, Hanzo. Much respect to you. Much respect to you. and every individual that thinks and is going through that. Those conditions that you've been through, they don't define you. They're just a symbol for your story of success, as God will it, I hope, and I'm pretty sure when the time comes. So keep up the good work, sis. Mikey J, you missed our fun karaoke nights. Well, I missed the last one, and I don't intend on missing the next one. So, yes, I can't wait for the next one, Pam. Adrian is in the house. Where's Adrian? I can't go up to see where his comments were. There it is. Shirley, is that a Netflix and binge event or a romantic nightcap situation? Is that what is that in reference to? Ah, small bites with grilled cheese is best. I know cheese is very, very, very special to Adrian. Oops, I just put out a secret of you to the rest of the family. Now everybody knows Adrian's weakness. It's cheese. And look at this. Tell Dog is having fun with Prometheus. Prometheus, how are you, brother? Always a pleasure to see you in here, brother. Got him. Have a good one, Shirley. Thanks for stopping by. I love these people. Those are my family. Jam Bams, a class act, and a lady like no other. Tell Dog, AB, thoughts on wave 5 for AMC? Well, um, at least on the daily chart, we got a bullish pennant developing. So for hopefully for the non day traders, if any day traders of AMC out there, just know that AB is not with you in spirit or heart. I will not tell anyone you can't do this or you can do that or do this or do that. But I'll tell you this that no, I won't even say that because that will be considered as influencing or that. But I personally hate the shit out of the idea of day trading or averaging down, selling to average down, whatever. Um, some content creators need to get their act together. But yeah, on a daily, we got see we won't see it on the 5 day chart, but we could see it on the daily, which happened today around. I think it started happening right around uh, right before like right on the in the pre-market, happened in the pre-market, and this indicates a higher, as you can see here, higher highs and higher lows. So we'll see if tomorrow that actually plays into effect tomorrow or the day after. But for sure by this week, we need to see something. That's what it's indicating. Now, will it happen? We'll see. Am I worried about a 10%, 5%, whatever, 30% gain, 100% gain for AB? I don't give a shit about that. That's nothing. I'm not in this for 2 years for that. That was the case, I would have day traded and made more money than those percentages freaking 2 years ago over just a span of 1 week. So yeah, those don't move me. The unthinkable will move me. The biblical numbers will. when the line or the dot is on a stratosphere so high that the rest of the chart can't even be seen. Look at all this love in the community. Henzo AP, I am 100% in agreement with you. Thank you. And I am 100% in support of all that. Thank you, Henzo. Adrian. Coconut juice, huh? I freaking love you guys. Yep, DRS if you want or not. Not me. No doctors here. Adrian. I won't repeat your comment. Mrs. Chase, I have mine spread out. Yep. I also agree with that statement. Just my feeling is like AB, but maybe later after MOAS when I buy in. Yep. Leo the Lion. AB, can you explain why Citadel borrowed 600 mil? That explains itself by itself, Leo the Lion. Every person that you ask that question to, or every content creator or anybody you ask that question to, should also give you an answer, which is why would they? Since if it's a dead cat or a done deal, why would they borrow that? They need liquidity. They need money. And the ones that are granting it to them, they're granting it to them knowing that most likely that's going and it's not coming back. The only way they'll get it back is when that moment comes. And let's see if I'm correct on this one. Fact check me when that time happens. The only way they are looking at getting that money back is when they put that moment, when they put that invoice in that on that desk to you know who, to get it signed and passed by executive order. I think Chanos did that interview on TV as a dog whistle to other shorts. While I agree with you, B rhymes with AMC, but I also think that these guys are already breaching all those protocols, like the whole insider trading and swaps and talks and talking with each other and all that stuff. I think that it's the truth of the reality. This is my thought. It's not 100% again. This is just my thought. My opinion is that they're already doing it like a wild, wild west. And on their side, they're all like, hey, picking up that phone. Where's my phone? Actually, right here. Look at me. They're picking up that phone and they're like, hey, okay, we need this. We're gonna be underwater. You know this is gonna screw you over. If I get forced to cover, then it's your ass next. It wasn't too long ago that there was that whole talk about the swaps that the DOJ went on, and they figured that there is swaps being happening and all that stuff. So I wouldn't put it past them that they're already in very detailed conversations about how to go about this. But all that gives me what? More bullish reasoning to why I need to hold on to something, because clearly it brings the destruction to my opposition. That's all I need to know. Say less, as they say these days. Say less, say no more. If they want this that bad, that means it's that catastrophic to them. So I'm gonna hold on to mine until they make the price reasonable enough for me to think that, okay, I'll let you off the hook here. It's that simple for me. They're to each their own. Zipwin, but weren't you just saying they have also been making a lot of money off of us too, though? Yeah, I haven't changed anything. I'm saying the same exact thing. Who was this? Zipwin. I believe I just mentioned. I don't know if your comment was before or after what I've mentioned as far as them coming in to take all that money, because the people that are depositing this money and getting IOUs are not coming back looking at that money. As long as that price is manipulated and the price is where it's at, every person, because we were we engraved that idea of buy and hold. So no one who put their money in this have thought that, okay, I'm putting it here to take it out tomorrow. We all had the idea that put money now, and when the time is right and the price is right, then we collect, or we pounce. In that time frame between now and then, which so far has been 2 years, where do you think that money went? Let's just speak on example, 4 million. Let's just say there's 4 million AMC investors. I know Adam Aaron said there's 5 and perhaps a lot more since last year. But let's just say 4 million. If each person, as Adam Aaron said, holds an average of 500 shares, it's not like, can somebody put the number on the screen? Like, do the math. Just average 4 million, and you multiply it. One second. Let me open up the calculator on this phone. So let's put it this way: 4 million on just an average hypothetical number here. 4 million investors, each has 500 shares. And let's say the average amongst all was $20. That hypothetically speaking, that most, or the average investor on AMC, their average is $20, because they kept averaging up and down throughout time. Not everybody bought at 11 or 9 or 8, and not everybody bought at 60 or 50 or 40. But when you average it down, let's just say hypothetically it was $20. So you multiply 20 multiplied by 500 times 4 million. That 4 million that we hypothetically are saying. Again, all this is hypothetical. What does that give you? $40 billion, which again, since last year, the average was 500, as Adam Aaron said. But just go hypothetically speaking, even if it was just $40 billion that AMC alone have deposited worth of money, and those 4 million did not sell, where did that 40 billion go? You think it's just sitting in a warehouse and burned down like the fire that happened in Illinois? That money is being put to work. So who's making money here? Us or them off of our money? You get me now, Zipwen? I don't change my words. I don't change my statements. Every statement is consistent. Thank you for listening, Prometheus. Appreciate you, brother. You mean a lot to me, brother. Mick B, what if it is because they are making money off of us? Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure you put this comment much before, while I was talking still, so I'm just now getting to it. But I definitely agree with that. I'm 100% for that idea, but for that thought. Corbin Dallas, they are stuck with us. We gonna get real comfortable. See, I love that zen. That's the kind of zen I would love every single person in our community to have. Because that's the kind of zen that brings on their destruction and gives them the inclination that stop this. Just stop it. No, even if it takes 20 years, we're gonna be here. You're gonna be stuck with us, and you're gonna keep borrowing money from who? Who's gonna keep printing and giving them? Like I said, at some point, there's not more from where that came from. Right now, they have that idea. For 2 years, they had that inclination of that thought process. But when it gets to the point where they can't have access to any more liquidity and they need the bailout, again, this is my idea and this is my theory. No one else's, and no one have said it specifically for months now. So we'll see when the time comes how will, in what shape and what form it will come. If it comes via bailout, just make sure you remember the fact check. Honor your fact check and come back and fact check me, as I always do. When no one does, I will fact check my own self. But that's how I see the curtains closing on this whole saga with all of this. Adrian, there'll never be enough money. It's like making a living looking for change on the ground. You gotta keep looking or you die. Their demise is around the corner. That's beautifully put, Hanzo. Well said. Colin S. Yo, AB, what's up, homie? What's up, brother? How are you, Colin? Much love to all my Canadian brothers and sisters. Adrian's like, Corbin, super comfortable. Love your visualization, AB. The kings and queens. That for sure, my dear friend Hanzo, is what we are. Thank you. Jeffrey, aka, and the legend, aka Roka. What's up, brother? That's our rock star is in the house. Tell dog, AB, you better not miss the next karaoke. LOL. Well, you know what? I'm gonna actually give you a statement. I'll be there if you are. I'm putting the ball right back into your court, Tell dog. Good try. Thank you, Henzo. Have a great night, Frank. Thank you for stopping by, brother. AB, can you mod jams? Oh, yes, of course I can. Actually, how come that wasn't the case? Her, I'll be, I am honored to have Jam Bams as a moderator. And also, there's another. There we go. More than one. There we go. Now it's more like it. Mikey J, AB, what's going on with the differences in the floats in AMC and APE? There's nothing new, Mikey. It's the same old stuff, same old gimmicks. It's fake it till you make it. If that makes any sense, brother. To everyone or to everyone else who's listening. That's the mindset they're going with. Fake it till you make it. Unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like they'll make it. I hope they don't make it. I intend on them not making it. So I don't get too sucked into that because all that can do is bring in a lot of confusion and worriness when in reality it's them who are worried, not should not be us. Let them do whatever. They have to close their positions. Let them do whatever. Eventually, they'll have to close those shorts. Eventually, the people, if they don't give up, have to, again, this is just logic. I'm not giving advice here. Eventually, the people's orders or their FTDs or IOUs will have to go into effect. Whether it's T30, T32, T39, T506, whatever. We're in good shape. I'm in good shape. I don't have any, like, there's a special person to me that once did something, and this is an example to everyone else that's listening. When the whole hype of crypto and Bitcoin in specific came about, what do you think Bitcoin took? How long did it take it to get to the $60,000 and the $70,000 range? Took it about 10 years, almost 12 years. Am I saying this will take that? I'm not saying any of that. But if it does, if you're asking me and saying any of my AMC shares will be sold for 70,000 if I hold to whatever day, my life is amazing. It's perfect. I'm more than welcoming to that. And capital gains will be none at that point. Like what? 10%, 15, 20% tops, if. And there are ways to create some loopholes to make sure you don't even have to get all that out. It's beautiful. The position that we're in is beautiful. Thank you, Hanzo. Thomas Burns, I say own up and cover. They're throwing good money after bad. Yep, I totally agree with you. And they can keep doing that until I guess that invoice hits that desk. Say, pay up. I just feel bad for every citizen that is not invested into the market. When that moment happens, if it happens, as I think it will, when that moment happens, and again, no freaking other content creator out there have said this from months ago, and that it will end like that. That's my theory on how it will end, and it will end that way. Many say that the hedge funds got the money to take care of this. Maybe so. But this is my theory. And when the time comes, if it is the way that we are handled, then I would expect the fact check to come through. If it's not, I will fact check myself then to the world. Manjeet, how are you, my friend? Aaliyah, hey, how's it going? What do you say about people deciding to sell APE? Bad idea? Well, I'll speak for me, Aaliyah. I won't say anything about the people. To each their own. They can do whatever. They can sell it. They can dry it. They can wash it. They can do whatever they want. But for me, why would I even think about selling my APE as the gap between for that split? Like, well, one, it's already scarce in numbers because there's a certain amount that is issued. Whatever else is circulating around is all IOUs. This is another blessing. It's another gem. It's similar, again, when I compared it to AMC, when in that video, when I said that AMC is going in the footsteps of GME, that 4-to-1 stock split, you guys out there, if you haven't seen that video, please go look at it. The whole Ryan Cohen, I discovered what he's doing. It is a blessing only to be revealed for the patient ones when the time comes. Because instead of selling one share for a biblical number, all the GME people prior to the split are going to be selling 4 shares for that biblical number. That means 4 times that wealth that they even anticipated. And by doing so, they put the ball in the shorts court and made it as, if you want to cover now before this split, you take this much damage. If you don't, and you want to continue to play this, then you're going to take 4 times that damage when the time comes. I love that. That's the best chess you could ever hope or dream of. That's the best kind of Zen mindset that I would love. And same thing with AMC and with this whole APE thing. It covers the company. It gives better, with time, you'll see better financials. This is why idiots in the media are saying that, oh, APE is going to bring down the demise or whatever and all this stuff. Even to those who don't trust Adam Aaron, to all of you out there who do not, again, whether you trust him or don't matter to me, to each their own. But even to those, by the company becoming fundamentally stronger as far as tackling their debt, what will the media say as far as the business not making money when it's actually making money and it has no debt? That easily could, and this is a crazy statement, I know, but that could easily make it a freaking blue chip stock at some point. We all know that this is a short squeeze play. So to each their own and how they want to go about it. However, like I said, simply just the IOUs and the FTDs on this play alone, minus the shorts, are enough to make biblical catastrophes. So to me, it's a no-brainer. That's why I'm so calm and cool and collected about it and everything. I just have to get that acceptance mindset in, which I did a long time ago. I accepted what I was going to go in. I buckled up. And I knew that my only weapon, my only sword that I need throughout this whole fight is patience. And that's what I have. That by itself keeps me sleep every night. In fact, today I woke up when the market closed. I did not even look at the whole market. I don't need to. I don't need to. I'm set. I put my position in. I load onto it when I can, as I can, whenever I day trade. And the longer they make this go forward, the more they have to deal with me when the time comes. And I'm willing to live and die by that decision. And therefore, I don't have many thoughts. I don't have concerns, because I'm all in. I'm all in with all of you. He's wondering why Citadel is borrowing money if they're making money. Just because they're making doesn't mean they'll pay their bills. Okay. Okay, I see. Whoever wrote that earlier, that statement. I get what the mind is. And Corbin, you also answered it pretty well with that. That was spot on. Thank you, Corbin Dallas, for that. Put it this way. I'm gonna put myself as an example here. Let's say I have $1 million. Okay. However, I go to the bank and I use that $1 million as collateral to borrow an extra 2 million or 5 million or whatever. Now, at that point, that question that person asked earlier is, why you have $1 million? Why are you borrowing? Well, is there enough growth? Think on it like this. Is there enough growth ever? You always, if you have $1 million, you always want 10. How can you make 10 if you don't want to go ahead and go slowly about it? Like, in their way, since they have so much leverage and connections to everywhere in the globe, the only thing that is standing in their way is capital. And to make more money, you have to put in more money. So when they borrow more money, they're putting in bigger money. The only difference is, in their case, they're borrowing more money to make sure that, one, they keep this in place, in check, and have extra to make more money to keep them from getting margined. That's all, with all the pumping and dumping and the money that they're using off of our accounts. So I hope that answers it, or that makes sense, on top of what Corbin Dallas also mentioned. They make money, pocket it, then borrow to kick the can. Well done. Well said, Corbin. Well said, brother. Good for you. I re-echo that statement. Eventually, when they kick it down the road, is for what? What does that mean? Like that will take you to the ultimately why I think the way I think. It's because kicking it down eventually to get it to a point where they can put that bill on that desk and say, here you go. Taxpayers, take care of this. As if when, yeah, I get you. Much love, brother or sis. Much love. $10 day? Wow. Now 9 hours straight. Wow. Lucky him. C. Maddox, AB, you were right about the FUD. Diamond hands, jumping ship. Yes. Thank you, Maddox, for that fact check over there. And by the way, we're just in the tip of the boat still. Wait till you see as this marinates a little more. Wait till the end of this week and by next week. Wait and watch and see how many more are going to come out and say, well, the APE shit dividend did not close the shorts. It did not force them to close their shorts. We will go ahead. I've decided, you're going to hear a lot of this crazy nonsense. I've decided to sell my AMC because my technical analysis says that it's going to drop to $5 and therefore I will buy back then. Simply falling into the trap like a rabbit of the shorts and the hedge funds and the market makers. It's exactly what they want. It's exactly what they want someone to say. That's what they want to hear, and that's what they would love for everyone to be influenced by. Because that ultimately gets them to come off the hook for cheap. So petty to think like that small. It's so unfortunate. So thanks for saying it, C. Maddox. Thomas Burns, all the YouTubers I listen to are defending the halts, but those halts just look sus. They are sus. Okay, so the way that these halts were implemented, and on top of that, the halts that were added in the past few months to the NYSE, excuse me, including that whole rule of stock can be yanked and suspended all the way up to a month if it's in the best interest of the retail investor. And that is solely at the discretion of the commissioner of the NYSE. So like, I think it's a she. She could come out and say, oh, I feel like AMC poses a threat to the overall best interest of the retail investor. So therefore, I want to yank it. And they have all the way up to a month. Does that matter? In fact, I would love for that to be the case. That brings even so much more attention to the rest of the world because that creates even more fire to everyone else. People who can't even wait to jump in when it comes back online, which they did with bbig. Remember, what was it, like yanked off for like a couple weeks, 2 weeks, a little bit less maybe. And then when it rebound, like reopened, it was up over like 60, 70%. Then they try to, bring it back down again. When that moment comes, it will come. It will come. And then eventually that's when they'll slide that invoice on that desk. That's the way I see it. Yeah, the halts are needed for them. They are sus for sure. I agree with you, Burns. There are many that are legally just in place, and you could go and see to what percentages. I mean, for example, there's other halts that people don't even think about. If the three major indexes were to fall certain percentages, there's certain protocols to that. And if, for example, the Nasdaq was to fall like 10% in one session in the same day, that could easily halt it for there's different hours, like for like 2 hours or so. And then if it drops in one session 30 or above percent, then it's suspended for the rest of the day, the market day, which around that time will be like Armageddon when that stuff starts happening. So AV, excluding all talk about rules, dates, and theories ignored by the hedge funds. What definitive thing has to occur that cannot be ignored to cause covering, and how will we know when it happens? AV, the one and only definitive thing is money runs out. That's simply it. How do we know? Well, sometimes you can gauge it by the sentiment of the end of the year when hedge funds investors are trying to get out, and now letters are being sent saying we don't have your money. More Melvin situations coming through because somebody picked up the tab on that and like kind of took it or swapped it in, put it along in the barn next to all the other shorts because they all are in the same fate, like the same fate. They face the same fate in the same end. So might as well add them with their siblings while they're still alive and breathing before they get slaughtered, before they're taken to the slaughterhouse. Um, so those things can help us gauge, in my opinion, that we're getting actually like definitively closer to that. But as far as one catalyst, like, oh, we're gonna announce a dividend of whatever, I've warned the only person that warned about that in advance. And as you can see, it happened with GME, happened with BBIG, now with AMC, and it's very simple when you don't think with the mindset of what is the thing. There is not that. Don't like I personally don't think with that mindset. I just have the conviction in the play. We don't even know the true number of how many shares are being manipulated, how many are bought. Could this have over 1 trillion shares? Possibly. No one can say no definitively. And no one can definitively say yes. So because all these things are not very clear, I have to go with other ways to form a conviction or to go about this play or these plays, these meme stocks. And that the only way to do that is by having that conviction and eventually gauge what effect it's having on them. We know that it's working. I know it's working because I've seen what happened last year. Even with the bullish 2021, the whole year of 2021, as so many profits and the companies were making thousands of percents and crazy returns, the highest returns for their investors, yet there was many investors that were asking for their money out. Does that add up with that? No. So I don't buy into the whole mindset of looking for a particular catalyst to tie my emotions to or my theories or my convictions to, because they will always come back to be a bummer. And then it will cause a letdown, and psychologically that will cause people to do decisions that are not best fit or well orchestrated for them and for obviously their loved ones. Ryan, will AMC and APE ever trade at the same price? I'll tell you that the gap is bridging. The gap will bridge. And as far as the same price, possibly, I anticipate that both will do biblical shit. Sorry for the S word. Where that will take it to what extent, to what number, that's remain to be seen. Can't, say stuff like that. But I do believe, yes, that the gap is bridging, and you can see it now. Like you see, AMC is at what? It closed at 9 something, 949, 958. And APE, what did it close on? At 712. I believe that's very, very, very close, isn't it? And I think with time, it's going to continue to bridge even closer. That gap is going to get closer and closer. And just FYI to everyone else, if you add the 958 plus the 712, you come up with $16.70. So for any FUD theories out there saying that people lost half of their or third or 40% of their position, and they also didn't receive APE, I get it if you didn't receive the APE, but by now when you receive it, you add them up, and before the APE issuance, we were what, around $18. So what, this whole thing so far has been what, over $1.30, dollar and some cents. Don't fall for the tricks. Just because a magician is really good at showing you a trick and you can't explain it does not mean that they're not manipulating the reality. Does not mean that it's correct. Just because they're laying in that box and then that person comes and puts the sword in and you see it coming out from the other side, that doesn't mean that the sword went through the individual in the box and now they're cut in half. There's just a gimmick that they did or do that makes the sword come out from the other side to show one side, and then from this side to make it look like it went through the individual in the box. So all these are just nothing but tricks, magic tricks. Magicians, they're terrible at it because they reveal to us their secret, which is their short positions. Aw, much love to Jamie. Let's see. Maybe I'll be there. I love you too, Adrian. Thanks, brother. Maybe I'll be there. I'm supposed to be singing a duet with someone, but I'm thinking she's gonna leave me in the corner by myself. Del Dog, I'll be anticipating the whole thing. I want to be. Oops, I mean karaoke. I want to hear that singing Secret Lovers. All right, I see you. I see you, Adrian. There's nothing like watching Adrian and Tell Dog go at it. And Prometheus. Need for Speed, what's up, my friend? How are you? Thank you all. Dana Young, what's up, my friend? How are you? Nice, and it's always lovely to see you. What time is it? It's 8:52. Okay. How do you guys feel about wrapping up around exactly at that the 9 hour mark? Let's see if there's any questions in here. Aaliyah's asking, is it possible that APE could squeeze instead of AMC since it's more rare? Um, it, Aaliyah, this is my opinion here. It's an opinion. I could be wrong, but AMC is gonna do its thing. The kind of stuff that's on it is inevitable. Now, what I can see is Ape probably squeezing before AMC further down the line, causing also AMC to also squeeze, which is why I said that the GameStop 4-to-1 split and then the AMC Ape dividend issuance with Ape is a blessing, a further gift. It's a gift given disguised as a blessing at the right time. At the right time. Sometimes the things that we don't see could make us act not in a very, very good, smart way for ourselves. But when we understand it, like for me, I see that split for GME, I see that Cryptide issuance with bbig, I see that Ape issuance with AMC as the biggest blessings, and they couldn't even be written as a script any better. Because patience is a virtue, and patience will eventually reward the patient ones. That's how I see it. So hopefully that answers the question, Aaliyah, without me have to kind of give an advice on something. But my opinion, again, I think that Ape possibly could squeeze before AMC because it's very scarce, as you mentioned right there. Uh, so, and as you said, it's also more rare. So yeah, I can see that squeezing more in order to entice people. Remember the luring the fruits talk that we had? To entice people to get rid of them, to sell them because someone else needs them, because they could use them as real shares to dump more and can kick this thing even further. But if you ask me this question and say, hey, I'm gonna ask another question, and I'll ask it to myself and my opinion on it. If Ape was to squeeze and AMC obviously still not squeezing, and Ape was to squeeze to biblical numbers, would I be upset to make crazy biblical numbers on Ape investment and sit there and wait for another, I don't give a shit how long, for AMC as well, my AMC investment? Because it's half, it's 1 and 1. So whatever position you have in AMC, you have that same equivalent position in Ape. So you get to sell, make so much money, and you get to sit and wait. This is for me again. I'm thinking for myself. I'm talking to inside my head. And I get to wait as long as I need, but I just made so much money here, and I can wait for an eternity for this other side to make me to make me another amount or another wave of money, biblical money. So I just hope that's the way it unravels. So hopefully that answers the question, Aaliyah. P rhymes with AMC. I personally think AMC will and Ape gonna both squeeze. I agree with you, brother. Personally, Prometheus. Hey, what the hell just happened? I just turned blue. Well, it's part of life, my friend. So hopefully you like being blue. Look at the screen. Even AMC is in blue. See those letters? AMC. It's a YouTube thing. I think you just got promoted. Prometheus, stop looking at your bar. That was a really good one, Adrian. Yes, who forgot to hit that like button? Thank you, Pam. That you overwhelmed me with your kindness. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mrs. Tahiti, how's it going, my lady? It's always lovely to see you. It's been a minute, I know. So I miss you, my friend. Nice to see you in here. Hopefully, all is well. Yeah, don't be lazy, freeloaders. Smash, hit, lick the like button. Wow. Well, thank you, Jams. You guys overwhelm me with your kindness. You guys are not even hidden gems. You guys are amazing people. Definitely consider my family. I'm great. Thank you. Then a young Bora Bora. Ah, you remember? Champ Bams. AB is amazing. Well, that's because you're the amazing one that gave AB the amazing status. So that's just a little bit of amazing from you, Jam Bams. Thank you so much. You're so precious. Tally Foreman. I like the two shots. The two drinks are here. Nice, nice, nice. Uh, B rhymes with AMC and Meet Kevin's hit piece on APE was on a video that he said was sponsored by Seeking Alpha. Hmm. Yeah, I haven't seen any of that stuff, but if Seeking Alpha has any sponsorships or anything, it's never of someone or something that is in support of our movement. Good to know. Tater Tot, how's it going, my friend? And what do we have here? Tony Spedifino, how are you doing, brother? Hopefully you're doing great. And hopefully the family also is doing well. Whip it good. Dreams and miracles do come true. Then one can only hope, but so far so amazing. Look at this Adrian Romeo side that he's got to him. I am loving this. Yeah, money runs out. Yes, or maybe a Black Swan event. Tell dog either. Thomas Burns win the reverse repo halts. Yeah, that's. I mean, at that point, you'll see it'll be one massive reverse repo and nothing to give back, basically. Look at all this love in the chat. You guys are all amazing. Ah, thanks for the confirmation. Fee rhymes with AMC. We closed Friday at 18:01. Yep. Thank you. Thank you, bro. I loved, I loved when they brought APE down to $5. I was like over the clouds at that point. You have no idea. I was like, whoever is selling something, don't worry. AB is gonna be buying it. I loved it. And even until now, I'm continuously loving it. Not financial advice, but 5 and 7 is always much less than 9 and 10. And since they're one of the same, then why not? My conviction is just that strong into our play in every angle and aspect. Jam Bams, AB, you gotta sing speak French. Oh, that's not gonna be singing. I'm gonna have to rap that. Uh, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Pam, yes, I love it. Sex on the Beach is a great, actually, hookah flavor. A Starbuzz hookah flavor. It's not a bad one. It's actually a good one. Tony Spedifino, I picked up 25 shares of Friday at 70.90. I think I effed up. I should have held out to Monday at 10. Could have picked up 2x as much. Well, it depends on how you look at it, Tony. Honestly, at the end of this, it depends on how you look at it. If you bought on Monday, you would have not gotten 25 apes. If you bought in on Friday, you got the 25 apes. Yeah, I understand. Ape was less and they brought it down to 5 and all that. So you could have possibly, you're thinking now, but it's easier to think when you're here now than before. What if on Friday, because we didn't know what was going to happen with Ape exactly, what if they squoze Ape out and you didn't buy those whatever 25 or these other ones that you had? So at the end of the day, I personally, I don't dwell on this. I could have easily said the same thing. I could have said, hey, yeah, I would have sold my AMC, like some of those content creators out there that are saying I would sell my position now because my TA is saying that we will drop to this, and then buy ape at a cheap cost at 5 or whatever. Because, but again, that is more like nickeling and diming it. So where I see, and again, to each their own, Tony, where I see the price of these tickers, both of them going $2 here, 25 cents there, is not gonna be a difference. It's gonna it's I don't think on it like in that sense. So truth of the matter is you're here now. Truth of the matter is you got 25 AMC shares and you got 25 apes. So let's look ahead. Tell dog, win Moas, win Lambo. AB, were you ever able to figure out how to link up Discord to YouTube for voice calls on your live? Yeah, I got it. I got it, brother Adrian. In fact, soon um, we're gonna do one, and in the incubator will be tied up, and we'll have some more people, some guests, some of you guys, actually the community, being on it, and we'll have conversations. We'll have conversations on it, and it'll be live to everybody to listen to. Prometheus, Mistake. Is that a sex on the beach with or without the sand? Speaking of that image, there is this beach in the Maldives Islands that at night there's this special kind of, I guess, fish that lights up on the beach and it looks just like stars in the sky, but it's inside the water on the beach. Like everything will just light up. Like you know those little crickets that light up at night? It will look just like that, but inside the water on the beach. It is gorgeous to look at. When you have time, for any of you who don't know, just look that up. Like Maldives lighting up beaches. You'll see the image of it. It's mesmerizing. Need for Speed, Moscow Mules on the House. Oh my God. How did you know, my friend? Yep. Either way we win. That you got it right, Aliyah. Okay, going through. Keep those drinks coming, Tony. I want my tendies. Buckeye Ace. Peace, brother or sister. Prometheus, you got promoted. You can quit your bartending job now. Hopefully, this can pay the bills. Prometheus, free Jeff Bezos. Like I am ready to eat dinner with you. And to who that is, they are definitely very lucky. I'll take another apple martini as well. Damn, ABB saying the most amazing things to me. Well, that's just a droplet. Those are just droplets that are fit for an amazing individual like you, Jams. I love seeing you guys having fun, all of you. Tell Dog AB, I'll believe it when I see it. Yeah. What is exactly that you it is that you wanted to see, Tell Dog? There's a lot of pickles raining down from the sky. Oh, look at this. This turned into girls' power. Uh-oh. Jam Bams, AB, we need to go to that beach. Oh, I would be honored. I would love to. I would love to. I would love to. Tony, I guess that's good then. I feel better. Yeah, I mean, what else can we do, Tony? It's in the past now. And it's all meant to be for the best case. Again, like it depends just how you cut the pie. Pam, win Porsche SUV. Yeah, I know. Pam, I do remember you loved Porsche, didn't you? That's one of your favorites. I remember the story you said about your brother-in-law. Need for Speed. Everybody in the club getting tips. Like that's the goofy side of me. Good one to bring that out. Need for Speed. Look, hey y'all, give me a break. I'm working on the computer, trying to text, trying to keep an eye on Teldog's shenanigans. And keep it, Pam the trader, happy. My ass is multitasking. Well, I'm proud of you, Prometheus. Keep up the good work, brother. Sup has the boss. Good evening, sir. Yes, Aaliyah, I agree with you. Prometheus, you are doing a great job. Look at Tell Dog. What a pickle. Oh my god. Pam saying Prometheus, I told you I would keep you on your toes, as you should, Pam. And look, this cool guy, Prometheus is like this he's this cool guy, you know, and he calmly responds with what? Just a wink face. This guy is very cool. Smooth. He's a smooth operator. And Prometheus will need an extra job to keep up with his shopping therapy sessions. Uh-oh. Are you gonna throw a wink face for that one, Prometheus? Prometheus nowhere to be found. No, Prometheus. I'm pretty sure many more appreciates you, brother. A lot more appreciates you. You're a very genuine person. I know you. I know you. You're a brother of mine, so I know you're very. And whatever it is that you do, it's always coming from a genuine side or a genuine place. So that's all that matters to me. That's why you're a brother of mine, brother. And I'm pretty sure to many more as well. XRP, Tell Dog. Yes, Tell Dog is the XRP spokesman. And truth of the matter is, we're gonna have speaking with, especially as Adrian mentioned earlier, when it's funny that when you talked about the whole incubator being linked with the Discord, um, that is gonna be we're gonna talk about this soon. I won't say exactly when, but soon we're gonna have a talk where it's also about crypto, and I want to introduce to the family that other side of not just the AMC or the GME talk. We need to prepare for the future, family. And we're so late behind, by the way, already. So many are already on that wagon, but it's not late. So we're already late or behind as far as understanding it because we need to. I do believe, similar to my friends here and my family here, like Tell Dog, believe, and even Prometheus too, believe that it's going to be the future. Some of you already may have investments in some cryptos, but we need to think and understand totally the idea of blockchains to understand and introduce to our life, our daily life, the understanding and the reasoning of why crypto will be in the future. So I can't wait for that episode and for those some of those sessions because they're going to be very telling. We're going to be talking about conspiracies as well and things that are evolving. And yes, XRP is something that is very special, and in due time, it will show its true colors. So, not financial advice, but we will be definitely talking about XRP a whole lot in this channel as well. They have that in San Diego beaches too. Fluorescent blue. Oh, thank you, Mr. Panulo. So you're saying I don't even have to leave the box to go and see that. Thank you for that knowledge, brother. I look forward to actually going there now. What else do we have? Pam, I can see my Porsche SUV in my dreams. 600 million for me to 600 million borrowed because they are over leveraged and because we are winning. Well put and well said, my brother Prometheus. And I will get to this point. I know we said at 9, and I got a little spoiled, and I took an extra 18 so far, probably going on 20 minutes of your time, dear family. I see that we don't have any more questions onto it. I'm glad that there are no more actually kind of like questions that are burning a hole in somebody's heart or pockets. Um, this investment, guys, I know it's been the longest for many of you, but to me, honestly, and to many of you as well, I believe, it's been extremely simple. All I have to do was buy it and hold it and add more to it when I can. I've not, it didn't get any overcomplicated or any of that stuff. So I'm very happy. Brings me peace to feel and see all this happen here in the love. So I love you all. That's all I can say. Sub, keep up the good work. Sub the boss. Sub has the boss. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks. Will do my best as always. Adrian Prometheus has. Oh my god. Margie, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in here. Sadly, it's literally the time that we're leaving, but I caught you in time before leaving, so it's a lovely. It's always lovely to run into you, my friend. That's one of my family members too, guys. Uh-oh, the Glock is in the house. What's poppin', brother? Margie, I miss you too, my friend. Hopefully the dogs are well treated and they're getting all the treats as always. You're the treat dopesman in the neighborhood, and hopefully your husband is also doing very very great. Send my regards, please. And with that being said, my dear family members, I love you all. Sorry if I didn't get to any particular comments earlier or anything, because as I was talking, I was able to only go back up so much to a certain extent, but I will see them when I look at this chat after it posts on YouTube later, probably by tomorrow. Um, so we have nothing else to bring and talk about. I appreciate all of you for coming by and sharing your these moments with me and being over here and being very 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 active in the chat as I see. I love you all, and with that being said, much love, AB Investments.